Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Bishop Nathanyel requests a sit down with the Jewish community, small hats. The IUIC United in Christ, right? This is Brakata Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakwadash, the honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful members of the elect. My name is Connor Walk from GMS Toronto. This is a video that I saw thing in the group chat. One of the brothers sent in the group chat, and this is breaking news. Bishop Nathanyel requests a sit down with the Jewish community, small hats, right? So this is what's going on. We know that Nathanyel, he's a one Wester, and he was in the truth. In the 2000s, I believe he became a police officer. He swore an oath, to the, he was a former police officer, so, when you're a police, you have to go up the ranks, right, in the masonry and all that, right? So we know that, he got up in the ranks, and basically he was still doing his street preaching and stuff, but he was basically the whole YouTube era, the whole YouTube scene came, and then you had the apostles, they were out there. Then you had Nate, and he was out there in Brooklyn, but the apostles of Great Millstone, man, like they were, diligent in research. They were always going into the scriptures. They had like marathon, like classes, like in the street, in the studio, but on the other hand, Nathanyel, you'd have to buy his merchandise or his videos and all that. The same thing with the General Yohana, and all that with the IUIC. There's a whole bunch of them, Israelite camps, and a lot of the camps, they took the bag, of the small hats of the false prophets, Rome, the false prophet, and this is what our people is doing. 1 second. So it's gonna be April. It's gonna be and we know that April was a time when the Moors fell out of Granada. The whole Moorish Inquisition, right? And the fall of Granada. Right, so a lot of our people went to Morocco. Some of them went to the Americas. Then the Ottoman Turks, they came, because the Byzantine Empire fell, and that's when all hell was breaking loose. He came, Esau, the serpent, he came out of his the pit, right? I'm going to read Revelation 20 and 1. But 1 second. Yeah, so you have the brothers back in the early 1900s, even before. Our people, we always been knowing that they're Jews. Who they were. Some of them, were keeping the Torah. Because we never really lost the truth, all right? It was just hidden. It was, and basically, when you read about the fall of Constantinople, of the Byzantines, and then the Ottoman Turks, and then then the fall of Granada, we were a lot of our people went into captivity. Then some of our people, we came to the Americas, but there was all hell breaking loose. But this is this guy, the so-called prophet Noble Drew Ali or whatever. So some of our people are practicing Islam, all right, with the whole Islamic teaching, with the whole like Sharia law and all that shit. Some of our people were practicing the Torah, all right. So this is like a whole complex thing, right? And the Lord, he's only coming for his elect, right? He's coming for the elect, whoever they are. And because there's gonna be a lot of infiltrator spies, who's in your camp, these different camps. So you don't know who's a Smith, Agent Smith. You don't know who's an Agent Smith. So you just have to worry about yourself, right? And stay on your path, but this is a good video that I was seeing of Nate.
Now let's look at number 47.
Slovakia, I'm gonna. There's like a two-part video, of Nate. 1 second. Yeah, so this is his video. It's going into the history. I've been noticing Nate. They've been going into the history, but you're not going into the history about the mark of the beast, right? Well, he knows what the mark of the beast is, man. But he's showing you that he's not because he's under the whole 501c3 chart, but he knows, right? So only the Lord knows, who the elect is, right? But we know that there's gonna be 7,000 men who's not gonna bow down their knees to Baal, right? So this is a time of great persecution we're approaching. We know that 2023 is gonna get intense, and we're at the end, because the devil had a lot of time to rule, right? But I'm gonna play this. Let's go.
Figure 48. I'll start from here. We should point out that the two scenes do not appear in the older versions of the play of the Antichrist that we have been able to consult. A little further on in the manuscript, monstrous white men. Oh, I like this wording here. Monstrous white men and blacks carrying curved sabers and an emblazoned shield march toward the Antichrist, and kings from all over the world worship him. Let's take a look at that. That was figure 48. There we go. Monstrous on a goat, marching black men to the Antichrist. Do y'all see that?
Yeah, so Nate knows who he is. He knows who the it said that there's many antichrists. It's not just one. There's a nation of antichrists, and the Edomites are the damn antichrists, man. This is Revelation 12 verse 14. And the woman were given and to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, right? Because that was during the 70 AD, fleeing from the Roman persecution, right? So a lot of our people went to Egypt, so-called North Africa, West Africa, East Africa, you know, we were scattered, you know, Yemen, you know, Medina, you know, we were scattered. Where she is nourished for a time and times and half a time from the face of the serpent, right? So you know, our people were after during the 70 AD, our people were, you know, living, you know, basically when Jake, you know, came up to power, you know, we were, you know, living fat, you know, throughout Africa, Europe, you know, and throughout the world, and basically we fell, right? And you know, that's when the whole slave trade, you know, with basically 1492 fall of Granada, the fall of Constantinople, right? Then you had the Ottoman Turks, and then that's when all hell started breaking loose for us. Then the transatlantic slave trade, you know, and the times and half a time from the face of the serpent, and the serpent cast out of his mouth waters as a flood after the woman, that she might cause her to be carried away of the flood. So that happened during you know, when the whole Renaissance art, you know, because that's the whole Renaissance art came about basically basically like the 1600s, you know. That's when the whole Renaissance art, you know, came about. You know, you had you know, the whole iconoclasm, you know, and they were breaking our images, you know, of the saints of our history, you know, you see. But they couldn't destroy all of our images, our statues and all that, right? Because we had so much we have so much artifacts in history, you know. But now we're able to find a lot of our information, our photos, our agriculture, our history, you know, on the internet, you know, by buying these different books like Golden Age of the Moor, what's it call it? The African Presence in Early Europe. What's the next book? There's many of them, but oh yeah, From Babylon Timbuktu, written by Rudolph R. Windsor, and they were Jake's, Sex and Race. What other book is there? I'm just thinking. There's Nature Knows No Color Line. You know, they're all were written by Jake, by historians, you know, prominent historians, man. You know, so, you know, like that's what woke me up, right? Because I was searching, man. You know, 2006, 2007. You know, I lost my my great grand, or like I lost my grandfather. You know, and then I was going through so much shit. You know, I didn't know who I was, but I knew I was searching. You know, I didn't know who the hell I was in this whole society. It's like I was like you know, Neo in the Matrix, man. Like I didn't know who the hell I was. You know, and but the Most High, he opened up my eyes. You know, because they're I didn't know. You know, I was like watching on the YouTube. You know, that was when the whole YouTube came on the scene, like 2004, 2005. So there's a lot of like information. I'd see like the whole conscious guys, guy in what do you call it, Saw Nether. You know, he would go out on the street. You know, he'd do his little stuff. You know, he'd sell his little his DVDs, and you know, and you know, they would have like the Moors, the whole melanin and Egyptology, um, and then I like the whole Rastafarian, and then the whole Israelites, the Muslim. I didn't, I was searching, but the thing that what coincided with me was learning to who I was, right? Because I didn't know that I was a Jew. I was like, what? I'm gonna keep reading. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth, right? And that's where we're open up the mouth of the dragon, right? The dragon is you Edomite Empire, Roman Empire, man. All right, we're flooding them, with our videos, our us going out on the street, man. And like, you guys can't stand it, man. You guys can't stand it, man. All right, and Yahweh Shai is gonna come, and he's gonna swallow up their flood, man. All their lies, what they were, like deceiving our people with, man. Not knowing who we were, have our people in a docile state. A lot of our people, like, they know who they are. Like, that's why they made a covenant with the devil, with the serpent, man. And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which kept the commandments of Yahweh and having that the testimony of Yahweh Shai, right? So the people who never took the chip, all right, and who's of the elect, all right? Because some of our people, you might have a people that's in your camp or your brother or out there, that's gonna take the chip, or they might have the chip already in there, man. So we're living in some serious time, right? But I'm gonna play this part 2 of Nate going into the history. 1 second. Well, I'm gonna play this quick.
Now let's look at number 47. King of the Moors submitting to the Antichrist. That's figure 47. Figure 47. King of the Moors submitting to the Antichrist. That's the white man. We've been telling y'all the Antichrist is the white man for years. You Christians have a lack of faith. You don't believe nothing we tell you. Even when we show you in the scriptures. Now we're showing you with ancient archaeology. Our fathers always knew the white man is Antichrist. Okay, always knew. Look at this, 46. Envoys of the Antichrist preaching before the kings of Libya and Ethiopia. 46. Oh, here's 46. Let's pull back. Envoys of kings before the Antichrist preaching. The Antichrist preaching. Do y'all see this? Do you see this? Well, I really don't know how to help you. I'm going to go back to this one. King of the Moors submitting to the Antichrist. Number 47. I don't think I went all the way down. I started up here, but I didn't go. There's the king there with the Moors. There's the Antichrist, but I didn't go down when it says that he submitted to him. Look. And they took the crown off his head. That's what the white man does. The white man and his false prophet. The beast and the false prophet. Oh boy, Christianity, democracy. They remove kings and put kings in that they want. That's what America does. Y'all keep playing. You better get with this, these parables we've been trying to share with y'all. Open your understanding.
Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Nate, he's when he's on point, he's on point. But when he's messed up, he's messed up, man. But That's going into the history. Nate was going into it. Whatever. This is Saint James the Dragon Slayer, or Saint James the Moor Slayer. All right. Because you had these Edomites that came to power too. Jake was backing them with the whole Christianity, the Protestant, the whole Catholicism. And so this is like a whole big dilemma, But with that, I just saw praise due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Akakwadash, double honest apostles of great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful members of the elect. Shalom.